Hi, welcome to Something to Talk About. Show where everything's made up and the points that matter. That's right, the points are like this.
This don't matter. None of this matters.
Yeah, none of it matters. And it actually completely works for this because this is 100% my opinion. This is a list of my 20 favorite lightsaber hilts. Yes, it's Star Wars Day. It is.
To continue, review the
There you go. Shut up, phone. Welcome to Star Wars Day, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. This is also a completely different important day. It's actually my birthday. I am turning 34, and I wanted to do something for my birthday, and I wanted to talk about something that I have made many shorts for. And when we did the Star Wars podcast, Let's Talk About Star Wars, we had the lightsaber specials. So you know what this is. You clicked on it. This is me just ranking my 20 favorite lightsabers. Now, I do have kind of like my criteria for the list, but I want you to know why I played that clip right away. I'll play it again if you make me. Don't make me.
It don't matter. None of this matters.
It doesn't matter. This is just 1000% my list. This isn't anything else. This is just talking about lightsabers from Star Wars, right? It's fictional things from a fictional thing. I want you to tell me what your top lightsabers are, and I want your opinions to be way different. People have like cool reasons why they like certain things and don't like I might have a couple lightsabers on this list that you've never heard of. I might not have some that you consider like your number one favorite. And that's completely fine. All right. It's 1000% fine. I have my reasoning. And like you might go more off of story and, oh, it was the first lightsaber toy you owned as a kid. That's completely cool, man. I want to know. Tell me if you have. Tell me what your top 5, your top 20, your top 1,000 is. All right. But I want to do my top 20 now. And my criteria here, let's throw this little pointless slide I got. See, there it is. My 20 favorite lightsabers. So I'm kind of going off of coolness and also importance in the lore is, important. And yeah, how does it function? Form of a function. Does it look really cool? But also, is there something really sweet going on? How well does it fit the actual character? And like how creative did they get when they came up with this lightsaber? That's kind of mine. I like really cool lightsabers. So let's go. I've been talking for 3 minutes already, man. All right, number 20. Let's start this off. Darth Nihil's long-handed saber. So Darth Nihil is from the Legacy era, which is 200 years after the Battle of Yavin. Oh my God, I should have known that before I said that. But he's part of Darth Krayt's one Sith Empire. He fights against Cade Skywalker way later on. It's one of my favorite eras in Legends. And yeah, you can't have a list without talking about Darth Nihil's super long-handled lightsaber, right? He fights very unorthodox with it. He doesn't follow one of the 7 forms of lightsaber combat. He's not actually raised and in the One Sith Order. He was a warlord from Nagi, and when he met Darth Krayt brought him in at a really high level. So everybody else was kind of like raised in the cult of the one Sith, and he wasn't. So he fought very unorthodox. He just looked at everything differently, and his lightsaber fits it. I love that. It's kind of like a lightsaber pike, but not quite. But yeah, all right, moving on, and we're going somewhere completely different. We're going to the High Republic because my 19 is Vernestra Rose. Light whip / lightsaber hybrid. So there was actually a button on here that made it like sturdy like a normal lightsaber, and then a button that turned it back into a light whip, because light whips at this time were considered a lot more of a dark side weapon, a Sith weapon. So she had to hide the fact that she even had a light whip, and it's purple. So that's kind of, you know, there's that. That's cool. So yeah, I want to give a shout out. 19th place for VERNESTRA Rose lightsaber light whip, hybrid. It's really cool. Moving on to 18, KANAN'S 2-part lightsaber. I mean, I love this lightsaber. It's not great. Like, it's not like, whoa, the coolest lightsaber in the world. But I love the symbolism between it being hidden, like how he was a hidden Jedi, how he had to break it up into pieces and put it on his like belt so people couldn't tell that he's wielding a lightsaber, and he would have to assemble it really quick. And Kanan is like that epitome of Kanan's version of like the Jedi in the Run, right? Like the Jedi who was started off as a Jedi Padawan, but had to become a knight through the Purge, through the Dark Age. And that's super cool. And that lightsaber is like the Purge lightsaber, right? Like it's literally a hidden lightsaber, like how he's a hidden Jedi. It's great. It's a cool saber. Okay, now we're jumping all over the place. Now we're going back to Legends, because if you know anything about me, oh wait, no, never mind. I got these in order. We're staying in canon, everybody. We're staying around the same time. Actually, we got GUNGI'S wooden lightsaber. He's a Padawan the same time that Kanan was. This, yeah, it's the Wookiee lightsaber. I almost wanted to put in Tyvaka's wooden lightsaber from Legends, but GUNGI'S just a more important character. He's got a lot more screen time, and this lightsaber, a lot of people like this lightsaber, me included, made from wood from Kashyyyk, and it's great because it's a perfect lightsaber for a Wookiee. I kind of wish it was an extended hilt and kind of a much more brutal weapon, but I understand why it isn't, right? They're trying not to show Wookiees as a barbaric race. I would make a big, huge roar if I was a Wookiee Jedi. All right, now we're going back to Legends, and I love this lightsaber. I've talked about this guy and this lightsaber multiple times. We have Dasan's spiked club hilt, because it's literally a morning star. Like, it's got a spiked ball at the end of it. Also, it's got an extended blade. Like, it's a great lightsaber. It's huge lightsaber to fit this giant, like, Tyrannosaurus man who was Luke Skywalker's failed apprentice. It's one of the weirdest things in Legends, but I love it. Like, did you know that Luke Skywalker in Legends has a failed Tyrannosaurus man apprentice with a spiked ball lightsaber? Cool. All right. Let's move on. WARB NULL'S huge side switcher. I didn't know what to call this thing. So WARB NULL was from the old Republic. So he fought against Ula Keldroma and on. Oh my God! Can I just pull all this right now? Whatever. He fought against Ula Keldroma right before Ula Keldroma and EXAR kind of rose, and Onderon. Thank you, me. So on Onderon, when WARB NULL had it, it was a huge, as you can see, a really big lightsaber that had a green blade. But later, when it was found during the Clone Wars, and the guy took the armor, and he was like kind of imbued by the Sith in the armor, if you will, he could ignite a red lightsaber out of the other side, but you couldn't have both on at the same time. It was either red or either green. It's really cool, but also I just love the huge hilt, like this like huge saber. There's something I love about that, and the fact that it's like a dual saber, but it's not like double bladed. It's like, oh, you want green, you want red, what's up? That's cool, and it's super unique, and I love WARB NULL. He's very underrated when it comes to Sith. You're going to get mad that it's so early, but it is. I still, it's on here. I love it. It's great. Yeah, we got the Dark Saber, 14. So many users, only one of them actually being a Jedi, which is cool. It's much more of a Mandalorian weapon. Even the Jedi who wielded it was a Mandalorian, right? It's all about the symbolism and whoever wields it. But yeah, I love it. I do. I like all the other lightsabers I have furthermore, but I like that it's a broad saber. It's flat. It's the only example so far in the lore that we have of a broad saber, which is like more sword-like. It's usually shorter, but it's flat. I've heard it does more damage, at least in different like role-playing game guides that you can make a broad saber. They do more damage, but they're harder to wield, which makes sense. So yeah, dark saber, fantastic. Moving to KESTUS's double slash paired lightsaber. So of course, since this is part of a video game, it's very customizable. It can be a lot of different things. It can be this color, it can be that, blah, blah, blah. But I love that it was the destroyed lightsaber of his master, and then he rebuilt it, and then he builds it as this double-bladed lightsaber that you can switch into two halves. It's fantastic. It's so cool. And I'm really excited for the next video game coming out too. So yeah, KESTUS's double slash paired saber. So on 12th place, yeah, we got yeah, right. We're on 12 now, right? Oh, okay, cool. We got TENEL KAJO's RANCOR tooth lightsaber, cause it's a RANCOR tooth. What's not to love? She's from Dathomir, another Legends character, during the time after the main series. So she's hanging out with Luke Skywalker's kids and nephew and stuff like that. But I don't want to get too much into it. But she does lose her arm because her first RANCOR tooth lightsaber actually malfunctioned and exploded during a duel with Jason Solo. But yeah, and I also like that it's like a perfectly turquoise saber blade. Like it ain't green, it ain't blue. Yeah, the RANCOR tooth lightsaber, so cool. We're getting into the meat and potatoes, guys, because yeah, Asajj Ventress I got at 11. Of course, you could also call this Kamari Vosa's lightsaber because it was hers first. But yeah, the paired curved that you can make into a saber staff that she does sometimes, but she mostly just uses two at once. But yeah, what's there not to love about Asajj Ventress's awesome curved paired lightsabers? I don't need to go on about this. Like, come on, you knew this was going to be on the list. And all right, let's break into the top 10. Let's get through this. Darth Maul's original saber staff. I know this lightsaber goes through a lot of different stuff, and it gets cut in half, and he uses it as a single saber, and then he repairs it and uses it. Whatever. Okay, whatever iteration you like. It's Darth Maul's saber staff. It like started the craze of saber staffs. I had one as a kid. It's so this extended hilt like saber staff where you can actually get a lot of movement into it, and it's so cool. It's one of my favorite. It's my top 10 favorite lightsaber. Heck yeah. Like, I know some people are going to have that way lower, like their number one or something, but I got a lot of really cool lightsabers coming up. I love Darth Maul's. So let's bring in a light whip. And if you've never seen this thing, hold on to your butts, because it is Dark Lady Lumiya's crazy light whip. So it didn't only have a saber beam, it had multiple, but it also had a bunch of other stuff, like a bunch of like catorsis, like barbed wire in there, like it was like a cat of nine tails lightsaber. She just had to hit you once and it's just going to tear you to pieces. I love Dark Lady Lumiya's crazy light whip. It might not be able to defend much, like you're not going to parry and do, but if you just like, you're just killing everything. It's like a shotgun of a lightsaber. You're murdering everything in this side of the room. Yeah, Dark Lady Lumiya, very underrated, extremely underrated lightsaber, and Dark Lady Lumiya. So now we're getting way into the meat and potatoes, especially because I'm about to bring up a very important one. We have Darth Vader's red lightsaber. Yes, it's big, it's beefy, it fits his huge robot hands, right? And yeah, again, what's not to love? It's like the original Sith lightsabers, the first lightsaber we saw that was red, and so cool. And yeah, this is, of course, it's in the top 10 at number 8. It doesn't have too much crazy stuff going on. It does have a dual phase function, so he can make the blade longer and shorter to mess with his opponent. But besides that, it's just this great Sith weapon. All right, moving on to his son, Luke Skywalker's green lightsaber. I know a lot of people are going to have this one at number 1, but I have my reasons. It's a fantastic lightsaber. It's like an extended hilt. It's cool that like it's the first green one we ever saw. Yeah, I think I had this one as a kid too, and it's such a cool lightsaber. Again, I got nothing against it, and it's like the green lightsaber in my opinion. I'm sure a lot of people would consider like Qui-Gon Jinn's green lightsaber like the green lightsaber, but Luke's is to me. All right, now we already showed Vader's. Now let's do Anakin's / everybody's. Anakin's second lightsaber, aka the Skywalker saber. Who hasn't wielded this thing? Rey, Ben Solo, freaking Anakin, of course, Luke, and then I got a picture of Luke's evil clone from Legends, Luke Skywalker. Yeah, this is probably the most iconic lightsaber. It is just a basic lightsaber, which is why it doesn't match number 1 for me. It doesn't have anything really crazy cool going for it, but it is like the lightsaber. Like it's the main one that you're gonna think of, right? It's the first one they ever made as a prop. It's the Skywalker saber. So it almost like it's grandfathered in to get to number 6. But okay. Let's get to number 5. We have Obi-Wan's blue saber. I do consider it just slightly cooler than the Skywalker saber. I love this weapon. It's like the Jedi during war weapon. It looks like he stripped all the vanity away, and it looks like he could just take it apart and clean it when he's on the front lines in the Clone Wars. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi's. It's basic. It fits his Shi-Cho like vow of poverty fighting monk to me. Like this is like, no, it doesn't have anything but the emitter and the blade, and that's all I need. Try to attack me because I'm gonna block every attack, yo, Obi-Wan. Yeah, I love this lightsaber. There's something about it. It's kind of hard to explain. It's like a different love. It's from deep inside the cockles of my heart. All right. This is going to be another one I'm pretty sure a lot of people have as their number 1s, which is cool. I'm glad your list is different than mine. Count Dooku's curved red saber. Yeah, it is elegant. It is the perfect weapon for the Count. The Count of Dooku's, the Count of Dookie, the Count Poo-Poo. Great character, great lightsaber. It's like the Makeshi lightsaber form to Makeshi lightsaber. It is like the Lord, or like how do I put it? Like the regal Sith, right? He's not a barbarian. He's a Sith who's going to murder a Jedi and then have some tea. And this is the perfect lightsaber for that. This elegant weapon. And now I have the complete opposite. So I got coming up next is a Sith lightsaber, just like this one, but it goes the other way. We have Darth Malgus's lightsaber, my number 3, because it is brutal. It is a weapon, yo. You can shut that blade off and still just freaking cut somebody apart with it. It kind of does what Dassan's lightsaber does with the fact it's got like a spike ball, but this one's got those freaking super sharp looking crazy blades to protect the blade. Hey, what do you want for your blade emitter? Knives. Okay. I mean, the blade's stronger than the knives, right? Nah. You want to be able to just shut it off and fucking stab it into somebody. Yeah, it fits Malgus's brute force personality, and yeah, it's definitely my favorite of like brutal Sith lightsaber. All right, So we have 2 left, and I'm going to spoil. It's one for a Lightsider, one for a Darksider. So my favorite, Jedi's lightsaber. It's a dark horse. I'm a contrarian, blah, 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 blah. No one else is going to have this as their number one. Whatever. There's something about this lightsaber that every time I see it, I go, ooh, I love it. And it's Kyle Katarn's blue lightsaber, because I love the extended hilt look. Like, it literally looks like it's got 2 places for 2 different hands. It is like the warrior Jedi's like battle master lightsaber. I think it is absolutely awesome. And I love Kyle Katarn. If you know anything about him in Legends, he is definitely one of the coolest Jedi ever and one of the best lightsaber practitioners of all time. And his lightsaber fits it. It is the perfect like battle master lightsaber, 2-handed like warrior saber. I don't know. It's gonna be very controversial. It don't matter. None of this matters. Lightsaber pick, but I love it, and I couldn't have put it. I tried to put it down the list, but I kept going. It's Kyle Katarn's. It's so cool. All right, I'm going to say honorable mentions that didn't make the list that everyone's getting mad at me about. I'm about to show by the number 1. And if you know anything about me, you know what my number 1 is. It's never been a secret. I've said it on multiple shows. I've said it on the short I've made for it. But some honorable mentions. I don't have Qui-Gon Jinn's. I'm sorry, I wanted to. It's a great saber. Kit Fisto's underwater saber. It was originally on this list. And the one that probably most people are mad about is Mace Windu's purple one. Yeah, it's a cool saber. I mean, it is. It's purple. I don't know. I just don't have that kind of connection to it. I'm not drawn to it, and I don't love it. But if that's your number 1, tell me. That's great. Let's get in my number 1. To nobody's surprise, unless you've never seen my stuff before, click like and subscribe. We have EXAR KUN'S one-handed, double-bladed, blue Sith lightsaber. Yes. Of course. If you know anything about me, you know this was going to be my number 1. I love this thing. The first time I heard about this, I honestly think I was watching like this Star Wars versus video, and I've never heard of EXAR KUN, and I'm like learning about him, and it was like my introduction to Legends, like really deep into Legends. And the way that this was described to me, I was like, what? Like, lightsabers can do this? It's this like the size of a normal standard saber, but it was double bladed, and he would like spin it around and maneuver it in one hand and would keep the other one open for force. And he had multiple buttons on here that could like shorten and elongate the blades, so you never knew what's going to happen. It was like a helicopter blade that's constantly changing, spinning at your face and blocking all your moves. I was like, lightsabers can do that? I remember when I first learned about this, and I think it awakened my love for lightsabers and my love for combat in general when it comes to Star Wars. So as much as I love the lore and I love the characters and I love the movies and all this stuff, I love the battles and I love the lightsaber combat. I've always been kind of towards that in my fandom, and I think it's because of this lightsaber. And it's so cool! Look at this thing! And yeah, so of course it's going to be my number 1. I'm sure people who know me, no surprises, right? So I got to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know my list was goofy. I'm a goofy guy. I'm a weird dude. I have a lot of problems in my brain. All right. So just be okay with it. And it's just my list. So don't freak out and tell me yours. Like, yours is going to be different than mine. I want to know it. So please, yeah. So thank you for watching. Happy Star Wars Day. Happy birthday to me. I'm very old. 34. Jesus. Oh, my God. And you guys have a good day. May the Force be with you. And like and subscribe. And watch one of these videos.